Hey YouTube, please forgive me. I know I'm over here looking like Shaka Zulu at the moment when it comes to my hair, but I'm pretty sure y'all seen me in worse days. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all seen me in worse days. So, um, I just wanted to do a video and speak on some musical stuff, like this is mostly like facts, my opinions on the facts, and what I've seen on social media. And I've been meaning to do a video like this, but I wanted to get down everything I wanted to say because as y'all know, I have been doing celebrity related videos on my channel. And uh, in this celebrity related videos, I give facts, like facts I find on social media, and then I give my opinion. But for some reason, I wanted to take it way back because I watch a YouTuber by the name of Uptown. What's her name? Uptown Nate Rob. I believe that's her name. I hope I'm not getting it wrong. I watch Uptown Nate Rob, and I watch another YouTuber by the name of Ashley Says So. And I've been watching them for some years now. And with Uptown Dave Rob, she buys books like autobiographies of celebrities and stuff. And as she reads, she also give her opinion while reading the books. And right now, she's currently reading the book that I have. She's currently reading um the Florence Ballard book, um, The Law Supreme. And I want to speak a little bit on my opinion on Florence Ballard. I also want to talk a little bit about my opinion when it comes to Tammi Terrell. And I might take a few jabs at MOTOWN. So, before I dig deep into Florence Ballard, I want to talk about the movie Dreamgirls, in which people say is somewhat loosely based on the life of the Supremes. And there are some similarities to actual facts when it comes to what happened with Supremes and Diana Ross. Um, we all know, like Effie White in the movie, played by two Jennifers. At first, it was Jennifer Holliday. Then years later, it became Jennifer Hudson. Um, I want to talk about the movie Dreamgirls. So we all know, like I said, like Effie White in the movie, Florence Ballard supposedly started the Supremes. She was kicked out of the group eventually after she didn't agree with changes in the group. Thanks to Curtis Taylor, played by Jamie Foxx. I don't know who the actor who played him in the Broadway play. I'm gonna just go with the movie. So, what happened? Effie was pretty much the ringleader of the group. She was the lead singer, and they wasn't famous. Was looking for somebody to put them on. They run into Curtis Taylor. He helped them get put on, and I guess he's pretty much the manager, or whatever the case may be. So he pretty much is making the rules. And everybody pretty much got to do what he say. With that being said, Dina is the only one who ain't have a man, and Dina Jones, who was played by Beyonce. Lavelle is messing around with Jimmy Early, who happens to be married, and Effie falls in love with Curtis. After a while, they doing big things in their group. They singing background for Jimmy Early. They also then eventually they start doing stuff solo. But the fans didn't want Effie being the lead singer. They felt like Dina was more prettier. She had the softer voice, or whatever the case may be. So Kurtz would do anything for the money. So um, we all know what happened in the movie. They do a little show, whatever happened. Uh, After they do what they gotta do, they in the dressing room. And of course, Kurt's coming there with some news. Laurelson over there thinking that they trying to break her and Jimmy up. But Curtis gives her some news. She happy. Everybody happy. Effie jumping up and down happy. Morel jumping up and down with her happy. Dina's in there, but she happy. Up until Curtis warns him to say that he wants Dina to start singing lead. Now, of course, Dina is shocked. I'm not sure if it's a good choice. Morel's pretty happy because she don't mind Effie singing background with her. And of course Effie is not happy. And she made it very clear with a lot of different scenes. But somehow Curtis got her to participate. At first. So she's not happy. She's pretty much on the what about me? And at first she's thinking like, okay, something ain't right. You want all of a sudden you want Dina to sing lead, and she already know what's going on. Clearly, they want Dina to sing lead because Dina's a more slimmer tone, and Effie is more thicker. I guess you say chubbier, overweight, and her voice is way too strong. So she's sitting there, what about me? What about me? What about me? And they trying to calm her down. Eventually, they calm her down. They start doing shows, and she slowly but surely is figuring it out. Performances, whatever. Curtis is absolutely flirting with Dina, dead in front of Effie's face, and he's giving her more attention. And Effie is not feeling it at all. Secretly pregnant and not telling nobody yet. She's missing out on shows, getting very grumpy. Doing that, what about me? The majority of the group is tired of it. So, to keep them out of trouble, they hire a whole new girl. And at this point, Dina was giving it, I don't know if this is right, but eventually, everybody was trying to get sick and tired of Effie. So during the show, Effie pretty much comes and she tells everybody she feels much better, but still trying to give that attitude up until they know she knows it's a new girl town. So she starts snapping on everybody, and everybody's complaining, saying she's bitching and nagging, she's gaining weight, she's always late, and they just got getting sick and tired of her complaints. So it's pretty similar to Florence Ballard. No, Florence Ballard didn't get pregnant by nobody, but she was the leader of the group. Then eventually people felt like Diana had way more than what Florence Ballard had. She wasn't feeling it. There was a lot of animosity in the group, and then eventually Florence Ballard get kicked out the group. So speaking on Florence Ballard, I've been hearing this story about how, and I guess it's true because it's in books and everybody keeps talking about it. How they say Diana Ross ain't really like Florence Ballard. There's a lot of back and forth drama behind the scenes. Flo get kicked out the group, and once she died, they show up at the funeral, and Diana Ross pretty much show her ass at Florence Ballard's funeral. And I'm like, oh wow. Don't get me wrong. I love Diana Ross. But if all of this is the truth, that's fine. Oh, it's fine. Um, and it's even more foul because how you end up being the leader of the group, and it shows that people don't care. They already knew that what Florence Ballard was going through. This girl then got raped. She had been through so much in her life. And it's like nobody cared once they got in the group and they realized how much money they was getting and the fame got into the picture. She starts a group, get kicked out the group, get treated like shit. They talk about her weight, she gaining weight, she missing out on shows, she this, she that. And everybody is telling the same story. Like Dinah Ross just started getting treatment. She's getting treated better than everybody. She's messing around with Barry Gordy. now in the book it's saying that Barry Gordy tried to get with Florence Ballard, but she wasn't having it, so he turned his attention to Diana Ross. I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah, they said Diana Ross showed her ass. She got the Hollywood treatment at Florence Ballard's funeral. She sat in the front where the family was supposed to sit. They got a picture at the funeral home, one of Florence Ballard's daughters. Um, some this little short video of like little bits and pieces of clips from the funeral is now playing on YouTube. And I'm guessing that you see Diana Ross and Mary Wilson standing in front of Florence casket, and I guess they're supposed to be singing or something. And if that is Mary Wilson standing next to Diana Ross in front of Florence casket, you could tell, well, the look of her face, she was not happy and she was not having it. I don't know. It's just crazy. But I done heard some songs, and I feel like Florence Ballard should have been, and she should stay lead. I've listened to the song "Buttered Popcorn" multiple times, and that was one of the songs that they released when Florence was the lead. I also listened to a few songs of Florence solo. I done read the book. I done read The Law Supreme. I'm gonna tell y'all, her sister, Florence Ballard's sister, wrote a book, and I'm pretty sure you won't be able to get the book now. And I believe they said that the sister passed away or something like that. I'm not too sure, but there's this book that costs about $300. I don't know why this book costs $300. I really don't. But I seen on eBay and I tried to get it, and some fuckery didn't happen on eBay, so I pretty much requested my refund back because I wasn't playing. And I just decided not to waste my time trying to get that book. And so I decided to get The Law Supreme. Um, I guess people are saying that the sister's book. Some people say that it was more detailed than The Law Supreme. Some people say it wasn't. And then I don't know. Then there's people that's saying that the book really wasn't much about Florence Ballard. It spoke more on the family than Florence Ballard, but they just used Florence Ballard's name. I don't know. A part that I did remember seeing, they talk about at the funeral that Florence Ballard had bruises on her legs, and I guess it was bruises from abusive relationship she had with her husband. I don't know. It was some crazy stuff I did see from the book. Um, but I haven't got the chance to read the full book or even get the full book, so I just prefer to get the Law Supreme. Um, I've been looking at a lot of pictures of Florence Ballard. I've posted some pictures of her on my social media, and I also follow some Supreme groups that had pictures of Florence and the other members. I believe she is a very beautiful woman. Her hair was nice. She dressed nice. I can't speak on every moment of her life. I only notice what I see in the pictures, and she ain't look overweight to me. She might have been tall or whatever the case may be, but I don't know what they talk about when they say she is obese and overweight and stuff like that. Maybe she wanted to live her life with her husband and stuff, and she probably was pregnant or whatever and didn't want the group to know. Who knows? But I don't know what kind of story the Dream Girls are trying to tell, because one minute they say it was loosely based on Supremes, but then they say it was also it was a mixture of other people. Kind of like how they said that in the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, the fictional characters pretty much was a mixture of a whole bunch of people who they was not allowed to mention. Um, there wasn't nobody named Jackie, there wasn't nobody named Spider, and there wasn't nobody named Frost. They were just a mixture of people who throughout the years worked with Tina. Um, yeah, it's just crazy what happened what happened when it comes to Florence Ballard, and I definitely gotta finish reading the book. I also been, like I said, been checking out Uptown Nate Robb on YouTube as she reads the story and give her opinion. Um, and I've seen the other people. I watch celebrity what is it? Celebrity Underrated, who do like the crime stories and stuff like that. I seen his video. Is that his YouTube channel? I'll be right back. I'm about to clean this plate off, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I just feel like it was pretty much sad what happened with Florence Ballard. And what makes it even more says all she was 32 when she passed away. And I'm on her Wikipedia page. It says that well, she was born June 30th, 1943. She died February 22nd, 1976. It says she struggled with alcoholism, depression, and poverty for 3 years. It was said that she was in an abusive relationship. Um, she from Detroit. She was born in Detroit, Michigan, died in Detroit, Michigan. Um, it says her years active was 1959 to 1970, and then 1975 to 1976. She is married to Thomas Chapman. Got married in 1968. She got 3 children. Yeah. I'm not about to waste my. I'm not about to sit here reading her whole Wikipedia page. But it says she died from cardiac arrest. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Supremes wasn't right, and neither was Barry Gordy. Then we have Tammi Terrell. Um, so Tammi Terrell was a young singer. She died at the age of 24 in March 16, 1970. And her birthday was April 29th. She was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, died in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Um, she another victim who was raped at a young age. She suffered from headaches, which eventually was part of the reason she passed away. She was well known for being in relationships with James Brown, which was abusive, and one of her the incidents was well known where it said that he was doing a show and he wanted her to watch him as he performed, and when he looked up in the crowd she was nowhere to be found, and he once he got backstage he pretty much beat her, and one of the witnesses to the beating did nothing about it, but after the beating was over, I guess she asked him for some help or whatever, and the guy who ain't do nothing about the ass whooping she received from James Brown, um, I guess called her mama or whatever, and that was into that. It says, According to her sister Ludy's book, My Sister Tommy, the Real Tammi Terrell, she was raped by three boys at the age of 11. And around that time, she started having migraine headaches. She attended Germantown High School. She also attended Simon Gratz, I believe. Um, yeah. So, I'm on her Wikipedia, and when it comes to her relationships, it says in 1960, I'm gonna just read some parts of the Wikipedia. It says in 1962, 17-year-old Terrell became involved in an abusive relationship with James Brown, who was 12 years her senior. One night on the road in 1963, let me get my glasses because I don't know why I keep. Where is my glasses? I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I don't even know where I put my glasses. Mm, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just. It says one night on the road in 1963, Terrell left Brown after he insulted her for not watching his entire performance. Bobby Bennett, former member of the famous Flames, witnessed the incident. He beat Tammi Terrell terrible. She was bleeding, shedding blood. Terrell left him because she didn't want her butt whipped, said Bennett. I don't know. I mean, I just don't get it. How you a man? Like, I really don't get men back in the day. Like, I guess it was just a thing for men to put their hands on women and nobody do nothing about it. And this went on for years. It just wasn't in the time zone of the Tammy Terrells and any other women in Motown who then got their butt whipped. Um, it happened like in the 1980s and 1990s as well. There's many singers who then been in a relationship with another musical celebrity and got their butt whipped and ain't nobody do nothing about it. Um, but yeah, it says that she left him because she didn't want her butt whipped. And that was in 1962. In 1963. And then in 1966, it said during the Motown review in 1966, Terrell embarked on a torrid romance with the Temptations lead singer Dale Ruffin. That year, Terrell accepted Ruffin's surprise marriage proposal. After Terrell announced their engagement on stage during an appearance together, she discovered that he was already married. Ruffin had a wife, three children, and another girlfriend in Detroit. Oh wow. Well, that's crazy. This revelation in Ruffin's drug addiction led to violent arguments. Terrell told Ebony magazine in 1969 that she believed her emotional state during this relationship was a contribution factor to her headaches, which would come after Corals. In 1967, Terrell ended their relationship after Ruffin hit her in the head with his motorcycle helmet. It was rumored that Ruffin was all. I mean, no, it's my bad. It says it was rumored that Ruffin also hit Terrell in the head with a hammer, which further complicated her unknown condition. However, this rumor was dispelled in Terrell's unsung episode. At the time of Terrell's death, she was engaged to. Oh, but they don't say nothing about. Anyway, so yeah, she was only in two abusive relationships. One was David Ruffin, and then years later was I mean no, one was James Brown. Then years later was David Ruffin. And I'm guessing members of the Temptations and seen David in action because Otis Williams said David Ruffin could be kind of rough on the lady at times. When you're out on the road like we were, you hear and see things. We all knew about Terrell and James Brown. We knew how James Brown was about women. That he would flip a woman's, a- I mean, that he would what? Flip a woman's ass. And back then, you wouldn't ever get the woman's side, so people would assume, fairly or not, he flipped her ass because she provoked him to. Oh wow. So pretty much they were saying that you never got the woman's side, so the men would believe that she did something and got her ass whooped for it. And pretty much trying to make it seem like that she is some type of hoe or something because in her sister's book they said that after the incident where she was raped, when she started talking and she came back to herself, she was more flirtatious and stuff like that, and always seeking men's attention. And then in the Temptations movie, I did see that movie multiple times, and there is a quick scene with a woman who plays Tammi Terrell where they have the little cookout or a picnic or whatever you want to call it, and David brings her. She's saying her highs to everybody, and they saying, "Hey, Miss Terrell," or "Hey, Tammy," whatever the case may be, and they giving hugs and kisses. And she lets David know that she's about to fix her a plate or whatever. And she goes and see a man, start flirting with him, and David ends up catching it. The Temptations member telling him he needs to chill. He like, look, y'all want me to just let her flirt with everything she see and just keep disrespecting me in my face? And he violently takes her away from the party. And she's like, look, we ain't eat, we ain't celebrate. But obviously, I guess he got rough with her, and that's the only scene. That's the only movie scene in any movie that you've seen Tammy Terrell in, unless there's a Marvin Gaye movie or play or something going around. And then there was rumored that one rumor was that she was supposed to be in a James Brown Get On Up movie, but ain't no telling what happened with that. Her name was not mentioned in the James Brown movie. Nothing about her was mentioned in that movie. Then that movie about her life was supposed to come out. Some people said Taraji P Henson was supposed to play her. Then they said Kat Graham or what her name is from Vampire Diaries was supposed to play her, and Cat posted pictures of her dressed up as Tammi Terrell on Instagram. I do remember those pictures, but no movie about Tammi Terrell ever came out. The only thing Tammy related that came out that I know of was the book her sister wrote, and then the unsung episode, and whatever you see on social media. Um, the crazy thing about it is she was 24 when she passed away. She had headaches. They said it was cancer or whatever the case may be. She is in an abusive relationship. She got raped at a young age. She's from Philly, like myself. Um, my, I mean, I can't say that I was in the same situation as her, but I'm somebody who grew up suffering from headaches. Um, she had to get way more surgeries than I did. I only had to get one surgery. Um, and after all those surgeries and passing out and stuff like that, she eventually passed away. Um, I've been listening to a lot of her songs here and there, and one song in particular that kind of makes me upset is her song "I Cry," which actually was a James Brown song, and I guess she eventually did a cover of it. And the crazy thing about it is, you could tell that women used to make songs that kind of relate to their real life because pretty much that was a James Brown song, and he was abusive and the crazy thing about it is one incident was witnessed by somebody and he pretty much did nothing about it except for call her mom, and her mom came to pick her up, and then she never seen James Brown again, just to leave one abusive relationship with one celebrity and then get into another relationship with another celebrity, and he's abusive as well. And the crazy thing about it is, Marvin Gaye and her, they was close friends. They performed together. They was not in a relationship, no matter how it may look. They never was in a relationship. I'm pretty sure she probably had feelings for Marvin. I'm pretty sure he had feelings for her, but they never got in a relationship. From what I've read, they never did. But who knows? Um, and when she passed away, Marvin took it deep. And from what I heard, from what I read, he was the only person when it comes to music invited to her funeral. Yeah, Tammy was another beautiful singer, and I've done projects on Tammy. Um, look through her pictures from time to time, listen to her songs from time to time, and it's very upsetting what happened to her. But I do feel like Motown was a shady business. They make money off. I mean, from what I'm reading, from what I'm hearing, and all these stories that's coming out, I feel like it's a shady business. Barry Gordy pretty much was making money off his artists, and a lot of the artists he worked with, when bad things happened to him, he pretty much ain't care. It's like they use you if they can make money off you, and then when shit happen, like medical problems or health problems or anger problems or drug problems, whatever the case may be, once you started slowing down, he stopped caring. And it's messed up because it's a lot of stories that's been told over and over and over. And at first you be like, probably somebody was mad because things ain't go their way. But then after a while, when you hear a story over and over and over again, it's like, is there some truth to it? But a lot of people ain't here to tell their side story because they eventually passed on. And if there's anybody living who's around that time, their story's so mixed up, you don't know who the hell to believe. But and then it's repeated years later because look at these stories that's being told now. Michelle A. She was 16 years old, like 15, 16 years old, around the time she met Dr. Dre, who was a lot older than her, had baby mamas, had children. Even when they didn't have baby mamas and had children, she got put on the music. Even though she had that squeaky voice that people found annoying, she had a beautiful singing voice. And her, like her movie said, eventually her music was getting put out there and he started getting jealous of her, and his jealousy turned to him drinking and kicking her butt every chance he got. Up until I guess he didn't want to be bothered with her no more. He started. I mean, she had the son. He started doing the dirty. Then she started drinking and being heavy on pills and stuff, and putting her son in crazy situations. And then she went to rehab and went to Suge Knight, claimed that he only hit her once, but the relationship still was pretty terrible, even though he ain't never hit her again. Um, I don't know if in any interviews with her she gave reasoning to. No, she said that he hit her because um they got into an argument because he felt like that on her second album, her songs was about her still being in love with Dr. Dre. Oh wow. It's just crazy, but I just feel like it's a lot when it comes to just look and listen to these stories about these artists who was big time superstars, made money, performed everywhere, had it all, and then one day shit hits the fan. It's like one minute you hearing you got it, the next minute everything is gone. Um, I just feel like it's shady what happens. And I mean, like Tammy was a well-known singer around the time she was with James Brown and Dead Ruff, and so I wonder how many people knew about what was going on because everybody like, oh, we knew about her and James Brown. So if y'all knew about what happened between her and James Brown, why didn't anybody do anything, or y'all just ain't care? I don't get it. I really don't. I'll get back to you on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. I'll get back to you on the next video.